As I'm sure you're already aware, not everything you see on the internet is true. In fact, sometimes some legitimate websites, they're full of misinformation. Now, thankfully, when you're researching universities and higher education, there are some really, really good legitimate sources of information that you can use. And we'll look at one of those in a moment, but first, I want you to take a moment and make a list of all the different sources of information that you can think of. Think out of the box as well. Don't just think about UCAS and school, but where else? Pause the video now and give yourself about 1 minute to make your list. Hopefully, you came up with lots of different sorts of information. Don't worry if you didn't, we'll cover something in a moment that will be really useful to you. But for those of you who did have long lists, I bet most of them involved some sort of research on the internet. Now that's fine, but you've got to be careful about your sources. Here's the list that I came up with. This is by no means a complete list, but hopefully there's some things on my list that are also on your list. Now, some sources of information are great for certain types of research. Others, not so great. Social media, for example, may be great to find more information about the social life and the kind of activities you can be involved in while at university. But it might not be the best source of information when you want to find out more about student finance. Considering which source is best to use when is an important part of doing your research. One place that has lots of really good information about university is discoveruni.gov.uk. This is a government website that takes its data from lots of other legitimate sources, so you can be sure that the information is correct. What I want you to do now is open that website on a new tab and move on to the next section.